Hi guys, it's 12/15/2012 at 6:02 p.m. and I had to come inside. Sun setting on this wonderful day, and I wanted to do another video. I'm trying to do a little catch up after being gone for a week for the 12/12/12 Star Knowledge Conference. And this is video number 3. The first one was a little bit about the magic that happened and what I witnessed while we were at Star Knowledge. The second video was about expanding your consciousness to the One and our ability to go all the way back to source in our consciousness, because the consciousness is who we are, not these physical beings. And I gave my best perceptions to relate those understandings, which does not and cannot justify that which I would like to present in the concept that I'm feeling, I'm experiencing, and my goal in consciousness expansion between 12/12/12 and 12/21. The ancient memory that at this time of the shift of the ages, we can expand our consciousness back to all that is, not being a fragment any longer as we perceive it other than the physical vessel that we have, but by attuning the vibrational frequencies that we have perceived ourselves as in the fragment that we have experienced within all our various incarnations since we came from source, since we were fragmented down into this individual consciousness that we are now. We can work our way back up all that at this point in time, but what we have to do is to drop our perceptions of separation and limitations and expand, recognizing that we are the One already. That's a very, very beyond concept for a lot of people to understand what I'm trying to present here. So those who understand, they'll get it. Those that are not ready, they'll stop off at whatever dimensional level that they can at this time. But this video is going to be about those individuals. Many of them are friends and family. Many of them are just other fragments of us that are having their experience within this illusion, and the various soul groups that are completing their karma at this time. For those of us that are wishing, that desire, that intend, that are expanding our consciousness into all that is, many of us are having to step into solitude and be totally alone at this point, because only on the inside do we expand. It's like an implosion that goes off within ourselves to explode and expand into all there is. Many persons who are not yet awake and aware and who have not been consciously going through this process, who are still ascending at this time, are going through karmic completions. A lot of them will be soul groups. Many of these persons might be your family or your children, your parents, or your friends, or we might be seeing it in what's going on and playing out in the various wars or fractions, or because that's what it is. It's fractions, but it's fractions that were brought together because of the law of attraction and magnetics, which we call karma. It's all got to play out in order to ascend. And we are seeing so many people at this time just turning inward into themselves, realizing that their only answers to solving the problems that they're experiencing in their life is within themselves, which is the ascension. Shifting that consciousness. Sooner or later, these people will find their heart, and their consciousness will move from that duality and plurality, recognizing themselves as those individual fragments into the oneness which we all share from the heart. Now, granted, there's many different dimensional layers of just that, but to get from point A to point B in with these individuals that are still thinking on a linear basis. They're still climbing a stairway to heaven rather than an expansion into all that is, which is only a part of the process. It's not a good or bad or higher or lower. It's just a part of the process. Some of us have done our work enough to expand spherically, while others are still climbing that stairway. Now, what I would like to say here is, at this time between 12-12-12 and 12-21, those of us that are going for the highest levels of awareness, conscious awareness and expansion that we can, we might be finding ourselves pulling out of the illusion. Yes, there was a shooting that happened in Connecticut or Maryland yesterday, and yes, it's sad, and yes, it was a planned event, and these planned events, just like these shootings, are trying to pull us into the exterior illusion. As people are having their conflicts and their emotional problems right now, if we are trying to help them, because that's what you think compassion is, it's pulling you out and into their illusion. It's aligning you with that level of magnetics or that level of vibration, which can pull you off of this complete expansion, which some of us are so choosing to expand back into the one. There are going to be different dimensional layers that people are going to step off at here. I've explained that as the phoenix rises, just like the flame rises from a fire, the smoke, that which is not the hottest of the hot, can be recycled into the lower dimensions, and then it'll go back up again and recycled, and go back up again and recycled. Those of us which are expanding to the one, back all the way that we can, are that center flame, that highest heat that goes straight up through the center like that. And we have to disconnect ourselves from the dramas that are playing out in the world, in the relationships, in other people's lives, in those persons that are so screaming for help right now. The greatest way that we can expand Mother Earth is to expand ourselves. The greatest levels that humanity can achieve at this time in their consciousness, awareness, expansion will be directly related to those persons who are in the center of that phoenix flame rising, the highest heat going all the way up. Those people are pulling the rest through with them, just like a vacuum. It's just sucking it all through and into that highest rate of expansion. Just like the Big Bang. As the Big Bang went out, you had fragments that bounced off of each other and that slowed down and that became slower in the expansion process, not going all the way out in one. Then you have those, which is the hottest of the hot, which is going out from that center in a velocity that is never compromised because it's not bumping into anything else. It's the same thing with us. Right now, and I explained this in the past 2 videos, my perceptions are when I come in contact with other persons now that everybody is shifting up. It's like 7 billion little radio adjustment dials trying to all tune in to whatever level they're going to. Well, the only one that I can be concerned about is me. I cannot do anything for anybody else. And when I am around other people, then I am hearing their frequencies intermingle with mine, with my field. Of course, our fields will, on a higher level, constantly be merging together. But it is that personal contact, that close contact, when others come within my field, that hears me and allows me to feel all those multi-dials in there trying to get retuned into whatever station that they're getting ready to attune into. Mine, I want to go to the highest frequency. It's like shifting between AM into FM and FM into marine band and marine band into shortwave and shortwave into shortwave 1 and 2. And that whole level of different bands of frequency, that's what's occurring right now. And everybody is attuning into whatever that they have been working towards in all these lives, or in this life, or even in these past few years. Some of us can hit that, pick up all the bands, and that is what's going on right now. And for us to, we can pick up all the bands, and we can read and hear the various bands and frequencies within that band getting tuned into by all the people we come into contact with. But for us to attune to all that is, we really need to step back, like looking down on our universe, because truly that's who we are. We all have a universe within, but we all combine to make the universe that we live within. The thing that I am keeping in a constant forefront right now is not just picturing Mother Earth within the palm of my hands and sending my frequencies and my light and my ascension codes, this higher incoming energies that's coming through me, through to Mother Earth and making her vibrate, but it's also me picturing the whole universe in that same hand-sized visual as Mother Earth, because that is truly what you have to do to expand your consciousness all the way out. And truly, you have to expand it out from not only this universe, but the Mandelbrot of all the other universes in all the dimensional realms. That's a hard one to perceive. And each passing few minutes, my consciousness is able to click into this and click into that, which expands to those higher abilities. I have higher understandings because this is what I desire. This is what I'm calling forth. I have higher dimensional understandings coming through me to allow for that expansion. Does that make sense? How do you put what I'm trying to describe into words? This is so far beyond, but it is what, it's the true treasure. It's the gold ring that we have available to us right now. All that is. We can attune to all that is. We do not have to just attune to ascending Mother Earth or humanity or even this universe. We can attune to ascending all the universes in all the various dimensions. And wow, that is true glory. That is the highest capabilities which we can perceive at this time to become all that is. And this is the gold that we can have given to us. It's stated that on the 21st, on the 22nd, and on the 23rd, there will be 8 minutes as we align. And see, I don't understand how that can be. I understand about the 8 minutes, but how 8 minutes on 3 different days, I don't understand that. I could see 1 8-minute blast as we align with the galactic center to where we can stream through those levels of consciousness expansion. But how it could be 8 minutes at noon on any one certain day, I don't get that. Understanding mechanics of how this works. But that's what's said. There'll be 8 minutes. Some people say it will be 3 days. Some people say the whole level of conscious expansion that we can attune to and keep that portal open, expanding for everybody else to come through, could last the full 3 days. Anyway, if it's just 8 minutes, having this focus of that being all that is, of becoming all that is, would be the greatest thing we could possibly do within that 8 minutes of time. And then keep that portal open. It's like stepping into a black hole and saying, no, I don't want to come out. I want to expand the black hole. And then that allows everything else to come through and expand. It's just levels of perceptions. Our thoughts create a reality. Our perceptions is the only thing that limits us in our consciousness expansion, in our awareness and abilities to do it. Anything, everything. It's just our perceptions. So we have to rearrange our perceptions in order to allow this higher consciousness to come in. And then it's all possible. See what I'm trying to say? Okay, we're coming up to 14 minutes and 30 seconds in this video. And I'm not going to be able to go in with the other higher thoughts, but try to understand the level of expansion which I'm trying to draw a picture of here, and see if that's where you want to go to, because those of us who do, we open the gate and the portal for everybody else to follow through with us. See? Anyway, love you all. Bye for now.